Hello, we're going to go over graphing 3.1, graphing relationships. So we're going to take kind of examples from some daily life and put it on graphs. We're not looking necessarily at being super accurate, although some of them will be tend itself, but we're not always going that way. So we look at three hoses, fill three different barrels. We have a green hose that fills a water barrel at a constant rate. So if I look at this green hose, what gives me a constant rate? A constant rate is a straight line. So this right here would be the green hose. Next one I have is a black hose. Okay, it says it opens slowly when filling. So it starts off filling slowly and then opens up more and more. So this would be the black hose. It starts off small, and as you can see, it's not much water and then increases water rapidly. And then the last one is a blue hose. It's completely open, so that means it's filling very quickly, and this is it. So it's rapidly filling up, and then it slowly lessens on how much it's filling. So this would be the blue hose. So then we go to the next one. It says, okay, there's three situations, okay? You and your friend are throwing a ball. First one, you throw your first ball in an arc, and your friend catches it. So a couple of things. You and your friend are off the ground. So I want to look at all the starting points. Off the ground, off the ground, off the ground. Okay. Next one says your friend catches it. So when the ball ends, it should be above the ground. So this wouldn't work. It's this one right here hits the ground. This one's above the ground, and this one's above the ground. But you and your friend are the same height. So this would be ball one right here. Then you go to the next one. It says, okay, you throw a second ball in the air, but this time it gets caught in a tree. So we start off, we throw the ball, and then it gets caught in the tree. That means it's going to stay. It's stuck in that tree. So this would be ball two. And then lastly, you have, you throw a third ball that goes directly at your friend. So it's straighter. It's not going up like the other ones. It's straighter, and then it hits the ground and tails off. So this would be ball three. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to look at continuous graphs. Continuous graphs, if you think about it, are lines. So we have this continuous line, could be going up or down or whatever. A discrete graph is where it goes in chunks. So it could look like this, where it goes in steps, or it could say covers a little bit, then jumps up, covers a little bit, jumps up, covers. But understand, like, they're disconnected. So when we have discrete graphs, they're going to be disconnected. So we want to sketch a graph. There are 10 problems on a test, and you receive 10 points. So we're going to put problems down here, and we're going to put points here. So it's nice. There's 10 problems, so I'm just going to count to 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to count by 10 points here, 10 points. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 points. And so if I get one problem right, I get 10 points. Two problems right, 10 points. 3, 30 points. 4, 40. 5, 50. 6, 60. 70, 80, 90, and 100. So we got that. We graphed it. Next, what we're going to say is our domain. Domain is your x value. So this right here is my domain down here. So my domain starts off at 0 and goes to 10. From 0 to 10 questions. My range starts off here down at the bottom. I'm starting at 0, and it goes to points. The most amount of points I could get is 100. Then if you look see how we're jumping? It's a point, point, point. So this would be a discrete graph. If you go to the next one, okay, we talk about a bathtub. Okay, so I just want to point out some things. So you go 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, it has 75 quarts of water. So I'm just kind of going through this information. 10 quarts, 75, or 10 minutes, 75 quarts. Then, okay, for someone pulls the plug and the water is draining, okay, the tub loses 15 quarts in 5 minutes. So in 5 minutes, okay, we lose 15 quarts. So that puts me now actually at 60 quarts. Then next, if we look at it, then someone plugs the drain and tubs it for 6 more minutes. Okay, it gains. Okay, then someone then fills it and I get 45 quarts. Then they take a 15-minute bath. And then lastly, it takes 11 minutes to drain. So I want to go and do just what everything we said. So first of all, when I count, okay, I'm going to add up all my minutes. So 10 plus 5 is 15, plus 6 is 21, plus 15 is 36, plus 11 more. So there's 47 minutes total. Here, if I look at it, I have 75 quarts, then I lose 15, that puts me at 60. And then 60, I gain 45, so 60 plus 45 is 105. So the most amount of quarts that I have is 105. So if I'm counting along the x-axis, I know that there's 10, so I'm going to divide that up by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So I'm just going to say count by 10. Now, if along this axis, if I count by tens, I'm only going to be at 100 here at the top. So I'm going to count by 15. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90, 105. And I can stop at 105 because that's the highest we get to. So if you look at it, after 10 minutes, I go over to 10. I'm going to go here. I go over 10 minutes, so I'm here, and then I go up to where it got up to. It got up to 75. So for the first 10 minutes, it was filling, and so I'm just going to connect it. Start off at 0, went there. Then for the next 5 minutes, it loses 15 quarts. So to lose 15 quarts, so this would be next 5 minutes right here, but I lose, so this line's going to go down. If I lose 15, that puts me down at 60. Then for the next 6 minutes, it gains 45 quarts. So I'm going to go over, like 6 minutes is here, and I gain 45. So that if I moved here, that would gain 15. This is 30. Now I gain 45. So if I gain 45, it puts me all the way up to that 105. Then it says they take a bath for 15 minutes. So that would be 5 minutes there, then 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes. So straight across. And then it says then it drained for 11 minutes. So if I go here, that's 5, that's like 5, and that's like 10, 11. So I drain, I lose it, that's at 47 minutes, all the way down there. So that's my graph. Once again, this was time down here, and this was quarts over here, quarts of water. Okay, so if I look at my domain, being my x value down here, so this is my time down here, that's my domain. It starts off at 0, and it works all the way to 47. That's the amount of time it took. My range is the quarts. Again, it starts off at 0 over here, and it goes all the way up to the highest that we got up to was 105. See these lines, how they're all connected? So this would be a continuous graph. You come to this one, okay, a couple things. It snowed 2 inches an hour for 2 hours. So 2 inches per hour for 2 hours. Okay, so if I were to graph that, we're going to start at 0. Okay, for 2 inches an hour for 2 hours. So after 2 hours, okay, 2 inches an hour, so it'd be 4 inches total. It'd bring me up here to 4 inches. Okay, so I got this line right here. Next thing it says, okay, so we did that. Then it slowed to 1 inch an hour. So now we have 1 inch an hour for 1 hour. So that for the next hour, so if I go 1 inch an hour, that brings me up to 5. Is that next little part. Then for 3 hours, it stopped. So 3 hours after it stopped. So then 3 hours stopped. So I go over 1, 2, 3. And it stops, so I'm not gaining any snow. I'm not losing any snow. Then it began to melt at a 1/2 inch an hour for 2 hours. So that means I would drop 1 inch in the next 2 hours. So I just come down like this. So again, when I look at my domain is down here, this is my domain. So I'm going from 0 to 7. My range is over here. Here's my range. So it starts at 0, it gets as high as 5, so it goes 0 to 5. This is a line, so we call this continuous data. And then lastly, you have this one where you sell a vacuum. For every vacuum he sells, he makes $20. Well, he can only sell 10 vacuums a day. So if he sells one vacuum, he gets $20. We're counting by 20. 2 vacuums, 40. Okay, 3, 30. Okay, 4, 80, 6. He gets, okay. And so we're just going, well, 5, he gets 6, he gets 120. Okay, 7, he gets 140. 8, 160. 9, 180. And 10, he gets $200. Okay, so that's what our graph would look like. Again, my domain is the X values. Okay, so the number of vacuums sold, it says he can only sell 10. So he can go from 0 to 10 vacuums sold. Our range, how much money he made, okay, on this side, our profit is from 0 to $200. And this would be a discrete graph. So it's important to understand discrete means we're bouncing, we're jumping, it's not a line. Whereas the continuous data is a